Monster Jam will conclude its South African debut tomorrow in Johannesburg at the F&B Stadium. The team of 70 have transformed 2010 World Cup venues with 350 truckloads of a sand and clay dirt mix over 16 hours for the two shows that they've had and the one that's coming in Johannesburg. The show is a competition across 4 different disciplines between 8 custom designed trucks, each with its own personality. Fan involvement is a big part of the event as they get to vote across 3 of the competitions. Now, one of the 2 women drivers who are here in South Africa and taking part, Becky McDonough, who drives Toro Loco, joins me in studio. A very good morning and welcome to Morning Live. Okay, so Becky, I mean, this is incredibly exciting. What's the reception been like in South Africa?
It has been incredible. You know, for the very first time here in Africa, you never know what to expect. Yeah. And so far, we've had 3 sold-out shows, and it seems like the fans are just loving it.
Tell me a little bit about your truck, Toro Loco.
You know, Toro Loco is very neat. It's totally got its own character to it, as it's known as the Crazy Bull. It is shaped just like a bull. It has the horns. It blows smoke out of the nostrils and everything. So it's kind of a very different truck, but very neat.
They also get quite damaged though during these shows, which is why you guys have got the fiberglass that actually makes up the character of it. How often are you fixing your truck?
You know, I definitely keep the crew guys busy, especially when it comes to fiberglass. It is kind of a tricky thing to be able to keep those monsters on all 4 wheels, but it definitely is a good job for them guys, as far as always busy.
You have been riding Toro Loco since you became a Monster Jam driver. But you were a technician, I understand, before you actually were a driver.
Yeah, I actually fell in love with Monster Jam in 9th grade. I always loved racing and I loved big trucks, and there it was all in one. And I knew in 9th grade that this is exactly what I wanted to do someday. So I actually started off underneath the truck as a mechanic with the guys and kind of learned everything about it from the ground up.
How much does that background and that understanding of the truck help you as a driver?
I think it's extremely helpful. You know, there's different things that you can feel and you can kind of pinpoint, and it helps the crew guys also. You know, if I feel something's going on, I can let them know ahead of time, like, hey, this is what's up, this is what's going down, instead of just kind of being like, oh, I don't know, there's something wrong, but I don't know what it is. So it's definitely beneficial.
You say that this is something you wanted to do since you were a teenager. Being a woman or being a girl, that never put you off?
No, definitely not myself or my family, but it definitely did a lot of people. You know, I was told that this is a man's sport or it's not a real job, but here I am in South Africa running Monster Jam for a living.
I mean, that's just incredible, but it seems the Monster Jam family is not opposed to women being involved. There's a FMX rider from Canada that's also part of the show, Kathy, and then there's another lady driver in Candace Jolly.
Yeah, no, it's so cool. You know, over the course of the last 13 years that I've been in the sport, seeing more and more women come into it. You know, there's women that are running the show, there are women technicians, there are women drivers. I mean, like across the board, more and more women are getting into the sport, so it's been very cool. It's definitely not a man's sport anymore.
Okay, so some of the safety equipment that I understand you guys have, you have a full containment seat inside the truck, a full fire suit, fire suspension, and then you've also got 32 inches of travel suspension for when you jump up in the air and then come down the way that you do. But how strong is your stomach to be able to deal with that?
You know, it's definitely not a stomach thing. I mean, I guess it is in a sense. It's kind of like your own personal roller coaster, so it's definitely a lot of fun. And yeah, we are completely confined, and I don't think a lot of people realize that once we're strapped in. You know, I have a 7-point harness, so I basically have 7 seat belts on, and I'm not allowed to move. I can't turn my head, I can't look, I am just, I mean, and a lot of people don't realize that, you know, so we are just focused just like this, and that's all we have.
Wow, okay. So, I mean, how can you take us through what it's like to be able to do some of the backflips and some of the tricks that we actually see you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's totally insane. I guess I don't even know how to explain it to somebody that's never been strapped in, but like I said, we are completely confined and only looking this way. We are strapped in so tight that it's kind of hard to breathe because you don't want to be moving, especially when those trucks come down. So it's a very different sport.
It's a very different sport. It certainly looks amazing. And when you actually get to understand that everything from the bottom up on this truck is actually custom built, from the tires to the steel tube chassis, I mean, it's 5,500 kilograms just of of pure custom built stuff.
Yeah, they've definitely come a long ways from the 80s, you know what I mean? They're definitely built to do exactly what we're doing with them.
Lovely stuff. Well, you looking forward to the Joburg show?
Yes, absolutely.
You've enjoyed South Africa?
I have, in every way possible. We've done safaris, we've done fishing, we've been to the wineries. Like, it has been a beautiful country, and we've been just trying to soak up everything that we possibly can.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Becky McDonough, she's the driver of Toro Loco that's going to be involved in the Monster Jam show. It's the final one here in South Africa. They made their South African debut starting in Durban. They went on to Cape Town, and now it's Joburg's turn this weekend. And that's how we come to the end of your sport. Let's do sport again on Monday morning here on Morning Live. That's when you and I will meet again. Time now for your headline.